I blame J Drama Land for making me like this. Okay, Tai has something to do with it too. It's both of their faults, but it's my fault that you are listening to AIRAKSARANG. So, welcome back. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to those who decide to like the videos, who decide to watch the videos, who come by and comment on the videos. Your feedback is what this is all about. And if you cannot hear the satisfaction spread across my face, maybe you need to turn this episode up because today's first impression is a BL. Oh my gosh, guys, BLs are my first loves. So I'm just always in heaven whenever I can watch an episode or venture into a new BL that is, oh my gosh. You have got to watch My Romance Scammer. I haven't seen this much alchemy between pretty much every main character in this show in so freaking long. This is a whole crew of third liners, except, the third geners that I never know, baby, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna remember these. And we got one second gender that was sprinkled in there that I'm not mad to see there. But let's jump down into my first impression of this drama. So this drama stars Junior, Mark, and yes, baby, side tangent, because when it comes to this A-drama world, there's so much to get into in A entertainment as well. Oh my gosh, what the hell is going on? So we're gonna divert, we're gonna do a little drama. I don't think I have enough material for an entire episode, but let's go on a tangent right now. Y'all heard about Mark, right? NCT 127's Mark. Like, yes. Mark left the group. What the and then he sung from In Hypen. I'm like, and word on the curb is that my baby 10 from Lacorn from Tai. I was gonna say he from Lacornland. From Tai, he is supposed to be leaving Wavy. What is going on in this world of life? Now, we know that 10 is like, baby, if you 10, you good. You don't even need these other but um um I am noticing a pattern. Okay, there is a mass exodus. A couple years ago, a lot of couples around the BL world, specifically in Tai, they were divorcing. It seems like a lot of these idols are divorcing their groups now. And I'm not mad at it, baby. Just let me know. I leave my email on this shit. You can leave me an email, Mark and 10. And who else, baby? He sung. Can y'all just come tell me what's going on? Cause y'all be trying to yeah, y'all be trying me. And I just want y'all to survive and I want y'all to make it. I want y'all to do whatever y'all need to do to be great. And let's face it, y'all already are. And I just wish the best for you guys, okay? Please, you're invited to AIRAKSARANG. If you want me to, not be able to understand anything you saying and translate the interview for you, I can do that. So, also, who stars in this drama is Poon and Om. Now, Om we know is a G, right? He's a second gener. I love seeing him. But y'all get real close to the mic. I'm starting to see why the third geners, the third liners kind of have to be out here all unknown and shit. Why? Because the second geners and the first geners look like second and first geners, don't they? Ooh, we don't like getting old, y'all. It's so hard to get old. But oh my gosh, you looking like, you look good. Don't get it twisted. Do not get it fucked up. You look good. I'ma just gonna ask. You look like an OG, and that's okay. I'm just saying, the person they got you with is giving me Cano Cortez, color outside the lines vibes, baby, all day long. And I like it, but I was just saying. So, I like to do my first impressions at times in pros, cons, and conclusions. So let's do that. And here's your fair warning shot. If you haven't seen at least the first episode, because baby, that's all I've seen. I believe there are 12 episodes total. Go do that so you can come back and you can listen to this and not feel like I'm going to. But y'all, I want y'all to blow something for me. And when I get here, please let me know. And you don't have to tell me the nitty gritty and shit, but my basic question, I would like you to answer that. So the first one is this. For the pro section, Mark, aka Pi, his name is Pi in the drama. He is hot. All right. We're not going to acknowledge that fucking in dark light cherry cola and bright light dark cinnamon or some shit he's got going on with this hairdo. I love it. He is just camera ready, ain't he? He looks like he was born to do this. He looks good. He is got male lead energy. He is rocking that shit. And I think he looks extremely good doing what he's doing. He is a third liner. I'm actually going to bother to remember his name because he is what? Smoking. Okay, so Grandpa is so fucking evolved. Do you understand that? So let me just jump down into the premise because sometimes I cannot do these pro-con conclusions with these disjointed, disconnected bullet points. So let me kind of bring it together and circle it around, y'all. So look, Grandpa, he is a Chaebird. It's a Chaebird family. The first thing kicks it off with Grandpa. He like, everybody gotta wear red for my birthday party because it's my birthday. And yeah, and we're gonna sit around as a family and I'm gonna jump down in your business and I'm gonna ask you, Pie, first, where your man it, where your chick at. Yes, Grandpa is evolved. He is like, baby, I need you to drag something in here. I don't give a damn if it's a Poo Ying or a Poo Chai. You need to bring something in here. Do you see that I'm not getting any younger? I need to kick the bucket peacefully, knowing that my baby, my little grandbaby, yeah, I gotta make sure somebody gonna care about your little narrow ass because ain't nobody gonna care the way I do. But if you get you something, any damn thing, just drag it in here. I will be satisfied with that because I can kick rocks with no socks peacefully knowing that. So he's like, Grandpa, chill out. I'm good. You got me doing all this motherfucking work in this company. When do I have time to date? When I'm at work hard like this. And Grandpa's like, you got a point. Now, little broski, who is only little broski by virtue of swooped in. I don't even know if he was officially adopted, but in the drama, his name is North Baby. Yes. And in real life, his name is Pun. And I'm going to remember him, y'all. He a third liner. Anyway, so he's like, damn, grandpa, you don't care if I find somebody? And he like, no, I don't care if you find somebody. Your little ass need to drink some milk. You ain't ready yet though way. So he's all kind of like, bothered by that. Because grandpa is all in Pie's business. But North, too fucking young to acquire some business. So they keep eating a little birthday dinner and all that. And then you got the auntie that's just, I'm going to call her the biatch aunt. I don't know if she's actually the aunt, a cousin, a sister. It doesn't matter. When I say biatch, y'all know exactly who it is. And she's talking, and it's just like, girl, when you only there to be the biatch, can I get that job, y'all? I was just asking because You ain't got to do nothing but execute a stank face in one line. And I think I can do that. Now, another pro I have for this is that the ambiance on this is modern and it's bright. I don't know, y'all. Is it the filter or whatever? Is it like warm, vivid or something that they're using on this? Because everything looks just really crisp and good, doesn't it? But just not in this over shiny way. It's like they tamped it down. They used warm vivid instead of like cool vivid. Either way, it works for me, baby. Y'all, I'm talking about one episode, just like under an hour, about 58 minutes, we got an insta marriage proposal. Yes. Now, y'all know I like insta love. I'm talking about the first, like, can it come on with them kissing, y'all? That's how insta I like the shit. But we get an insta proposal. Yes. Then we get a scheme dream board, baby. Now, we've all seen the scheme dream board. If you hear anybody else on YouTube using that, they got it from AIRAKSARANG, y'all. Like, y'all know what the scheme dream board is. That's when you plotting and shit on somebody. Because I was looking at this super hard and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, where is my romance scammer? Like, where is that coming in at? And it's coming in because the guy that our dear Pi has met, his name is Tim. Now you know you can't trust this motherfucker. Now you know you can't trust nobody in no look. You can't whoever in the A drama got a super like Anglo-Saxon name. That's the person you can't trust. Okay, so Tim meets Pi, all scare quotes over serendipity in the mall. He falls in the little wishing well. He pulls him in after they wed. They giggling and they like each other. So they have jumped down into this relationship and it is accelerated extremely fast. I mean, 3 months turns into 6, 9, and now they're kind of sitting at a year. And this is where that proposal comes in. And immediately following this proposal, he goes back to his room. Baby, don't ask me what his room is. It can't be in the same house. Because, you don't have an app on your... Like, why don't people understand that when you're going to leave evidence on yourself, just leave it on your phone. Don't put it in no notebook. And definitely don't go out to Office Depot and buy a damn scheme dream board. And then plot everybody with red lines and sticky notes that are off brand. Y'all know them sticky notes. You know how when you get some sticky notes and they not post-it notes? I am not being sponsored, but post-it notes, I'm available, okay? This episode is not sponsored by post-its, but like, when you get the off-brand post-it notes and it's just like sticky, icky notes. They don't like to stay. Them damn things get to falling off the board and all that shit. So he can't have a room like wherever Pi lives because he'd be totally found out. But it's obvious that he has schemed himself into this relationship with Pi. It kind of made me feel good because I don't know. Look, hey, I'm just saying, let's just keep going because when I kicked this episode off, I meant it when I said I blame J Drama Land and Lacorn Land for doing this to me, and you're going to find out what they do to me. So, North is to be protected. Remember, North is the little broski via like like play brother type adoption. I don't even know if there are any official documents connected to his, and it probably is. He's probably been written into their family registry. But the bottom line is that North's parents are gone, baby. They dead. And he was brought into this family and he grew up alongside Pi. And the reason why I'm struggling with this drama is because North and Pi, is it just me by myself? And I thought to myself, wow, the Cornland is just they not willing to taboo me this time, huh? Because how many Lacorn y'all have we watched where the y'all, I ain't got time for this. I do not have time for this. And what I don't have time for is no taboo. Because okay, North obviously is a main character in this show, so we have to show his too. And I just thought, oh, okay, so here's the romance scheming. Okay, so North is in the forest because Pi goes over to his house and he's like, "What's up, North?" And he's like, "Nothing." And he's crying. He's forlorn. He is a damn mess. And Pi's like, "Get your ass up, take a shower. That's your first step. If you can't do anything else, get up, take a shower." And he's like, "I don't want to because such and such and so forth broke my heart." And Pi is like, "I don't care. I said get up, so go do that." And North is like, "Okay, by the way, what did you want? Like, you're here for a reason, and it is not that." And he was like, "No, I ain't gonna say nothing because your heart is broken." And he's like, "Dude, you done wasted all that gas coming over here. Tell me what is it?" And he's like, "I'm getting married to Tim, and North is just so innocent that he's like, "For real, straight up." He's like, "Ah." And then when he realizes that this means that his life is even worse now, he kind of goes back, like snaps right back into a depression. And he's like, "Look, I'm about to go, but you need to get your life together." And we leave poor North in the bed, and he's just he he's in the void, baby. He's voided. He cannot pull himself together. So he calls his friend. His friend is like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Hey, come through. Let's go. We need to go hiking." And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool. When you want to go hiking?" And he's like, "Now." And he's like, "I can't go now because I'm at IKEA." And he's like, "Okay." And he's like, "Baby, the IKEA, the one in Sweden." And he's like, "Dude, you had to go all the way to Sweden." He was like, "Dude, the product that I need is not local." And I thought to myself, "Baby, have you ever heard of this thing called the internet?" You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I ain't gonna take for granted that Amazon is over there in Tai or whatever, but whatever the equivalent is, y'all ain't got that over there, I'm just asking, because, like, if I had to go to the mother country of the shit that I buy all over the world, I would not be able to do this podcast right now because I'd be too busy on a damn plane to go get some lipstick or something. It's very strange how he felt that he needed to go all the way to Sweden to like get a bookshelf or something. So he doesn't have anybody to go hiking with, so he says, "Forget it, I'm gonna go by myself." And he does. And unfortunately, he just swallows too big a gulp because he gets himself stranded and he gets lost and he ends up in a river. And who shows up? Ohm. Now, Ohm is another pro for this for me because he is hot. Ohm is smoking. But there's this very strange lighting effect that happens, and this is a light con, because I knew that when the lighting changed that it would go away and it would not be a problem. But in certain spots in this forest, his hairline is like greenish blue. And I'm like, "Baby, okay, I am starting to see why the second Jenners and the first Jenners are just not invited to the third Jenner shit usually. Cause y'all come on here and y'all not, no. The third Jenners, baby, they look is set. They don't have no So anyway, is hot and he saves him. They're very lost. And takes him under his wing. He applies first aid to his little twisted, delicate ankle. Just everything that you would expect that would do as he is scare quotes over falling in love. Because guys, my romance scammer is not, it's not just Pi and Timothy. It is North and Yes, has this innocence about his look where you think he will be the last person to trick your ass. So when they get out of the forest, North is like, "You know what? I am never in my life going to not do what I want to do." He's so grateful to be given a second chance at life that this ring that gives him as a token of, remembrance. He's like, "You know what? Remember me by this," after they're at like home base or something. He's like, "I saw it in a bubblegum machine and I thought it was cute. So I'm going to give it to you to remember me by." They exchange numbers. But North, he goes the extra step and he finds at work. Works at like a bakery. And he's like, "You know what? I decided that I'm never going to allow an opportunity to get past me ever again. And you're a person that I want to see every day. I don't want to think about doing anything unless you're there. So will you marry me? And I'm just looking at him like, dude, when I am broke, I'm talking about I ain't got no money. I'm not bringing nothing but me. That's all I got. And he's like, that's okay. You cool. I got you. So they go down to the office, baby, and that's another one of my pros. We got an instant proposal in episode 1, and we got a marriage, yeah. Because y'all know within the last year or two, that same-sex marriage was legalized in Tahiti. So, you can go down to the registrar's office and get that shit popping now. So they got married, and goes back home, and he's ecstatic because he's like, oh my God, because in addition to him getting married to North presented him with Mr. Kurosaki's. Hey, where are the proposers with the checks, y'all? Where I gotta go to get a damn check? He wrote him a check for 250 million baht, which is probably like $10 in USD, but that's okay. It's the thought that counts. And I'm thinking to myself, my God, that like y'all just gonna steal from Mr. Kurosaki and ain't gonna say nothing. So they did a Kurosaki on this mug. So he gave him a check and a ring. So he couldn't pass that up because he is also a scammer too. He goes home and he's like laying in his bed and he's like, yes, I can't believe it because he's looking at the check. But when they were at the registration office and it was time to sign, over your fucking life to get married, he was like, where am I seeing this long ass last name? And he couldn't think of it. But when he got home on his own time, looked it up. And he's like, OMG, the first entry was, the 10 billion baht conglomerate chaebol, this and this and that. And he was like, oh my God, I hit the freaking lottery. And that's where this episode concluded. But let me continue to go through why J Dramaland and Tahiti Lacornland has me all fucked up. Because, y'all, okay. And this is the part where I do want you, if you are watching this and you're willing to, I get it. Do North and Pai end up together? Please, please. Because at first I said to myself, okay, I don't really want Pai to be with Tim because Tim, ain't good enough for me, baby. I don't know. But I said, okay, but if is in this, because he's like a second gen OG, I can't have him be lonely. Like, I don't want his heart broken. So it's like, okay, fine. I have to accept Tim and Pai because I don't want to be lonely. But because is a scammer, I don't care about him ending up with anybody. But then I said, okay, so Tim is doing his damnedest to not fall in love with the target. That's his mantra when he's around Pai. He's like, don't fall in love with the target. Don't fall in love with the target. He has to have that on repeat in his mind. And you can kind of see he's going to end up falling for him. And, they're going to end up together even though the genesis is really messed up. And they're going to make that work. And the same is probably going to happen with North and but I really don't want that. And name in the drama is You, by the way. I really don't want them to end up together. I think because so Pai and North, just the scene when Pai goes over his house, because Pai was like, after he was like, oh, straight up, y'all get married. North, he was like, well, how do you know when you want to marry somebody? And this is the criterion he used on You. But he was like, you always want to be around this person. You want to do everything with them. You want to be with them every day. And I just feel like they chemistry. I'm just saying, if this drama was set a decade ago, these two right here would be together. Wouldn't be no scamming, wouldn't be nothing. Why? Because Grandpa would be like, I don't care if you bring in a pujing, but Grandpa would mind if the brothers got together. I'm just saying because they're not really they ain't got no kin, no blood. He just lived with them. That's all that is. But anyway, This drama is so good. Anyway, so let me make sure I go over my entire list. I talked about the con of Ohm's hair. I don't understand it. I just want Pi and North together. And if that happens, can somebody please tell me in the comments? You don't have to tell me which episode or how. Man, this drama is going to be at the very top of my faves this year, or at least this quarter, y'all. If this is true, if these two end up together, this will excite me in a way that is hard to. So Tim, a con for Tim is he was a little mellow talking about his parents, but that he is a scammer makes so much sense that his acting was so horrible in that scene because he didn't mean any of the shit. And I'm just going to take for granted that he purposely didn't act well in that scene because he didn't care and he really wasn't crying over anything. When Tim and Pi get their little bow chicka wow on, there's too much flipping. And see, my mind, I just go to the basement. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like, you know what? When they give us like piss poor romance, and look, understand, I'm not saying that the romance in this is just horrible, gouge your eyes out. I'm just saying, we BLers have seen some heat. We have seen some heat. And when you're watching it, and that wasn't quite it. And I am willing to forgive a multitude of sins if they hope. Because, like, when you have a couple that is not going to survive, they lighten up on they don't whore them out too much. Now, y'all know how I am around BL Waters. I like it when they whore them up, baby. I'm talking about kiss everybody real good and do all this shit. But when the couple isn't going to survive, or if somebody's going to backstab somebody, they don't really go full throttle with the romance because they want to save it up for the true love. And I'm just like, baby, make all of them some hoes. Okay. But anyway, so there's too much flippy shit. And I just felt like, are they making this scene really light because North and Pi really are the ones? Yeah, I know. Okay. North he is to be protected, and his alchemy sneaks up on you. It's multifaceted. Every time you look at him, and he's just adorable, and he's just extremely like he's just like really tapped into his body. He doesn't have that classic stiffness out of Lacorn Land. He is very, just watch him move. He's like a fucking amphibian or some shit. He just moves a lot, and I like it. And it really lends to his vulnerability, but it makes him hot too, because when the camera hit him in the moments where you see this is a whole man, it's like, oh, okay, so that's what y'all doing now. Okay. So my conclusion, I can't wait to continue to watch this drama. I feel like it's too big of a thing in the BL world for them to just erase him out of the drama. He's totally going to end up with North, and Pi is totally going to end up with Tim. But can y'all understand why I blame Lacorn Land and J Drama Land for ruining me? Because all the taboo stories I've seen, technically, North and Pi, they were supposed to be the couple in this one.